Hello friends, welcome back. It is time to commence our new campaign for Kingdom Death. I know I said I wasn't going to start a new one straight away, but I was just very excited about all of the things, and I had this idea to do a campaign based on one of the variants in the back of the book called Seven Swordsmen. We've got the Seven Swordswomen, and this campaign is partly so I can convince myself to paint some of the narrative sculpts, because as you can see, I've painted my whole monster collection, and I'm actually really proud and excited to have a fully painted collection of monsters, but my survivor pool is nowhere near as impressive. So I want to get painting on some of these great narrative sculpts, and so this has been an opportunity for me to paint 7 narrative female sculpts for the Seven Swordswomen. Let's head over to our survivor pool. Now, if you have not watched my Lantern Year Zero video, I would highly recommend doing so, because it will explain why I have a Vespertine bow and some of the other things that are happening in this situation, such as character cards. We have 4 survivors, and if we go over here, we have Aya in red, and she has the character card The Red. She's wielding the Vespertine bow. We have Lucy. We have also settled on names thanks to the people who gave suggestions. We've finished with Lumina and Nightingale thanks to a little poll we did on the YouTube channel. So appreciate that, and Willow. But our 4 departing survivors are Aya, Lucy, Mossy, and Newt. So we shall depart, and if we just nip over here, you can see that we have a monster appears from the darkness and devours the White Lion. They battle the Prologue Frog Dog instead of the first story White Lion. All right, so we'll shuffle and then we will be good to go. Just going to leave Wet Slap exactly where it is, because we know that that is what's happening first. Okay, Wet Slap. So the target is Mossy. The reason we've chosen Mossy is she has the parent, and she also has fear, so if she does get damaged, it will potentially benefit us. So, perform an attack. 1, 4, 2. That is 0 hits, and it's a glorious start for the Seven Swordswomen. Come on! Perform Gaseous Bloat. Alright, we need to be very, very mindful of all of the things that are happening on the board. So let's start with Newt going over to the Copperfish Den and trying to get a copper. She rolls a 4, thank goodness, which is gain 1 burnished encephalomata. That could have been bad. There's the Copperfish Den at 1 to 3. Get a severe injury. Worth it though, I think, I hope. Boom. And then Lucy will move down to here, and she is going to harvest the Survivor Corpse. She rolls an 8, so that's gain a skull and 3 insanity. 1, 2, 3, and that skull gives someone else an insanity, so we'll give that to Aya, just in case. Skull. All right, so those 2 are harvested. Good start. Now we know that there's a fart on the fart deck, so we're going to use Aya. She's going to move into this position here, and we're going to explain something that's pretty fun and also pretty busted. So because we've got the red, and Aya is a sword specialist, this Vespertine bow counts as a sword, which means it is 4 speed, hitting on a 4+ normally, 3+ because we're in the blind spot, and it's strength 3. So it's delightful. 4, 5, 9, 6. That is 4 hits. And so we get 1, 2, 3, 4. And to compound the awesomeness, because it's a sword, we get to roll to wound and then decide which one we want to take. Kick us off with a crit, Deno. Why not? Why not? Oh my god. There's too many good options here. I think we'll go with this one. Gain an elastic tongue, frog dog resource. Persistent injury, bloodied palate. So that clears off the fart. And it does a wound. And we gain an elastic tongue. There's an elastic tongue. Okay. So these are all still potentially bad, but that's a 7, so that's a wound, but not a critical. We'll do this failure reaction, so we'll get rid of that, which still does a wound. And then that's a 6, which is another wound. We are in the monster's blind spot, and so we will not suffer any penalty there. And that one's an 8, which is another wound. It's not a critical, it's very close though. 1. Good start from Aya. Mossy, she's just going to move away. And she's going to fling a founding stone, and she's going to hit. Discard all fart. The monster's knocked down. Oh, damn. Just want some resources, you pest. All right, that's the end of our turn. So, the monster jumps up. At the end of the monster's turn, target a random survivor, perform leap, target suffers, grab. That is awful. So at the end of its turn, it's going to target a random survivor. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Targets Aya. Of course it does. And then it's going to leap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's going to leap to here. Boom. Aya's going to be knocked down in front of it. And she's going to suffer 1 damage to the body. And when the monster suffers a critical wound, you discard it. So, all right. So the only person who is, So at this point, Mossy's going to move to here. She can't do anything else. Lucy's going to move to here, and she's going to fling a founding stone. Hiya! So we gain a random frog dog resource, and non-deaf survivors gain an insanity. Very nice. And that's a wound, which is a critical, which means we discard that. The random frog dog resource that we gain is a mammary gland. Now, Newt, our best probable option here, founding stone gone. So, Aya can't do anything. So she's done. Lucy's done. Mossy's done. So there's 2 wounds in play. So if we get wet slap, we'd probably prefer it to be on Newt. Nobody's stinky. We don't really want Snash and Squash though either. So maybe we go into the blind spot and then fling a stone. Or do we go for fist and tooth? Winning on 7s. We'll just fling a stone. We'll just fling Newt's stone. If adjacent, you lock eyes with the empty sockets. We are. The overpowering stench feels familiar. Gain 3 understanding if you are the stinkiest survivor. Limit once per lifetime. Technically, I suppose she is the stinkiest survivor. Because everyone's got the same. So 3 understanding. Nice. Analyze. And she rolls a 9. It's a good start for Newt. Gain a permanent accuracy. We also trigger designs and dandelions, which we'll do in the story event phase. I'm going to put that over here now. Let's just add a little bit more to the... Let's add a little bit more to this thing. Newt, permanent accuracy. Unfortunately, that doesn't do a wound though, so that's awful. Yeah. All right. So this is the monster's turn. We probably want it to do the thing. Yeah, okay. End of the monster's turn, target a random survivor. So it just brings that mood into play. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Reroll. Reroll. That's 3 crits in a row. Come on, Deno. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's Newt. So Newt's going to get jumped 1 to 5 here. Knock down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Knock down here. So Newt suffers 1 damage to the boots, and Lucy suffers 1 damage to the body. That's the end of the monster's turn. She's going to stand up, and so we need to do 2 wounds now. She still has a critical up her sleeve, but we'll probably go with the bow, won't we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's in range. We're going to fire the bow. Don't you, Deno. 2 hits. 1, 2. Oh, it's the trap. All adjacent survivors suffer monster level brain damage. Newt. And then perform basic action targeting the attacker. Three speed, hitting on 5s, 1 hit, just don't be the head. The waist, oh that's actually really good. 1, 2, all right. So we survived that. We still have Mossy now, who is now in position to leap, but she has no stone, so she's just hoping to fist and tooth her way to victory. So she'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 onto that one, and hope that she can roll some hits on her fist and tooth. It's a 9. Come on, Deno. Come on, son. Hiya. All right, so there's no penalty. Oh, it also put a fart on the fart deck, didn't it? All right, well, we desperately need a critical here. No, but we do wound. So that's good. So we didn't critical, but we did wound. Unfortunately, that's the end of our turn. And so what will happen is the fart will trigger. And so the fart is an oily emission. So Mossy is going to suffer 1 damage to the body. And then 1 to the waist. And then she's going to gain a stink token. Now because that happens, she is now the stinkiest. She suffered 2 instances of damage there. So she has a stink token. She is now stinky. So she is actually going to be the target of the basic action, which is not ideal. At least she'll level up fear. Maybe. Come on, Deno. 2 hits. Oh, come on, Moss. She's got no survival, so this could be body and waist. All right, we have a body severe injury roll. It's a 6. What's a 6 on the body? Disemboweled. Mossy's just been disemboweled. Please don't hurt me, Moss. It's an okay result, as long as we survive. So standing up Newt, standing up loose. Now we are absolutely able to survive here. Then jumps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 4. So Newt's going to get jumped on. 1 to 3, 1 to 5. Yep. So Newt goes to here. She's knocked down in front. She suffers 1 damage to the body. Stop jumping around, you idiot. So now Newt stands up because she was knocked down. Okay, we just need to do 1 wound. So the safest play is for Aya to throw her Founding Stone because that guarantees us a critical. It guarantees us potentially a resource. And although there's a fart on the fart deck, we just do 1 critical wound. So we will throw a stone and we get adjacent survivors gain 1d10 insanity. Okay. So Newt gains 1. And that's it. We win the showdown. Whew. Interesting showdown. We got some resources out of it, which is good. Could have been better. I think we could. Our stones were less than useful, but we'll complete the showdown and we'll return and advance the year. So it's 4 Froggos. 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah, 4. And then 4 basics, and then we also have 1 white lion resource. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's good. Some hides. And the white lion resource, we'll just roll a dice for. Oh, it's a 4. So we gain 1, 2, 3, 4. A great cat bones. Okay. Let's look at our timeline. We've got a majillion things to do. So we always start with a settlement event. Unfortunately, in the first Lantern year, the first settlement event is first day, and nothing happens. I might clean up a bit. Actually, there's stuff everywhere. So I'll be back. All right. Whew. It's nerve-wracking having that +1 damage token. Even with all of the pluses that I had, that +1 damage token makes that fight very scary. I'm excited to try that with a non-7 Swordswomen campaign and see if I can even win that. Great, we have a Dreamless Respite. We nominate a survivor to gesture over the roar of snores. The nominated survivor gains the Silent Dialect Innovation, and they gain +2 Understanding. They do not have to yeah, fine. So we can now hunt the Crimson Crocodile, which is wonderful. We can also hunt the Frog Dog, which is wonderful. The survivor that we will nominate to gain Dreamless Language, which I've already popped here, is going to gain +2 Understanding. So I think we'll go with Lucy for 2 Understanding. 1, 2. Wonderful. Find the 6 cards with the language innovation. I think I've prepared those already. Here's some I prepared earlier. And we then gather around the Giant Guardian and we shall gain the settlement location, the Keeper of Dreams. Lucy gains the Grounded ability, which I enjoy. Excellent, so we have completed our Dreamless Respite. Let's do the first meal and then Extinguish Guidepost, shall we? Let's do Extinguish Guidepost because we just flipped open to it. Okay, gain the Death Pact Innovation in the Outskirts location. Outskirts and Death Pact. I think I prepared those earlier. Yes, I did. There is Death Pact. We also gained Silent Dialect, didn't we? Cool. Logistics of Death. Nominate a survivor to be a scout. We got no one with a Proctophilia, so we can pick anyone we want to be the scout, but I think we will pick Newt, because I sort of perceive Newt to be in somewhat of a support role, being able to use her queen ability, which could be quite powerful. So we'll make Newt the scout, and she has to roll on the table. She's got +1 accuracy, so there's probably no real downsides to this. She rolls a 9. Yes! Newt feels a new resolve and stands proud. She is the first to take on this mantle. Gain +1 strength. Newt! Newt the Mighty! That's nice. That is very nice. Go Newt. Okay, first meal. I think it's the next page. Hey, first meal. Okay, so nominate a survivor to gain a discourse. So we've got 1 collective cognition. That means we build our facets of existence. We build our tier 1 philosophy deck. And we've obviously selected our philosophies. We are going to nominate a survivor to gain a discourse, and they are going to gain 2 hunt XP. And then gain a random knowledge from the deck. So the person we're going to nominate is Willow. So Willow is going to gain a random knowledge. She gains hunger, which we actually need to level up. Oh, there it is. So hunger, which is leveled up to hunger 2. Which is nice. Was there any other level ups? Brain trauma, brain damage, no. No. Don't think Mossy leveled up a 3rd time. Lucy didn't suffer a brain trauma. Newt did survive in the aftermath. Okay. Then Willow is going to gain 2 hunt XP and adopts survivalism. She's going to gain survivalism. Excellent. So, survivalism. We do probably want to lean into survivalism a little bit more. Remember, we are literally having 1 philosophy for each survivor, a unique philosophy for each survivor, and that is it. Live at all costs. Only you. Give me Desperate Strike. It's a Lantern 10. We don't get Desperate Strike. We get Strength Training. You exercise to the point of exhaustion and lose all your survival. Willow, why did you get Strength Training? Why? I don't want Strength Training. I don't like it. I'll set that up in a second. We don't have Collective Cognition 5. We don't have Collective Cognition 11. She is adapting to survive and she gains a Lumi. All right, so we have Tenacity, Strength Training, and a couple of other ones. Excellent. I'll go set up our knowledge deck. Stand by. Okay, there's our knowledge deck for the moment with Tenacity, Strength Training, Fear, Darkness, Hunger, and one more, Despair. There it is. But we've got the Approaching Storm, the Gorm. So add Gorm Climate to the next Lantern year. Nominate a survivor to brave the storm. I think we shall nominate Willow. Willow rolls a 7. Come on. Returning survivors gain a survival. Very good. Survival for Aya. Survival for Lucy. Survival for Mossy. Survival for Newt. And we gain the Hovel Innovation. Good to get that for free, sort of. It's good and bad. Hovel. I'll have to add those other things, but we'll just do it in here. Hovel. Okay. And we add Gorm Climate to the lantern. Next lantern year, we will add the Gorm as a person we can hunt. And I've already added Gorm Climate because I am a smart man. Designs and Dandelions is our next one. With the champion weaponsmith in the artwork. What an amazing one. Okay, so we gain the drafting table innovation. So another innovation. Grab those other ones out. I'll be back, hang on. Okay, drafting table, which we gain, and those ones go into our deck. We gain drafting table, and Lucy is going to Newt, was it Newt? Meticulously cleans the table. Rolls a 5. Gain a seed pattern. Is Mossy skipping the next hunt? Was that disemboweled, was it? Skip the next hunt. What a shame. All right, so we gain a seed pattern card. Now, as I talked about in my Lantern Year Zero campaign, we are going to... She definitely leveled up to Fear 2. I'm confident because she got disemboweled, obviously. Anyway. Okay, I got distracted. As I said in my seed pattern campaign log, what we're going to do is we're actually going to choose a seed pattern because I think it will make for a more interesting and engaging experience when we do so. Seed patterns are obviously quite varied, and by choosing one, given that we are literally only ever going to get 7, you know, we want those 7 to be something that actually has an impact on the game in a positive way. So we are going to just decide which patterns we get at each moment so that we can potentially get something that will have, you know, a craftable option. Dreamkeeper knife, maybe we get that one. Insight, we've already got that. Did we get a perfect bone? No, we didn't. I'm going to mull over that because we've still got one more event to go, don't we? Guidepost, first meal. No. Okay, great. Let's enter in our resources and then I'll mull over, you know, which one we go for. Look, again, what I've probably done in this campaign is I've probably given myself a little bit too many bonuses. And so we may actually end up giving a +1 damage token to every monster instead of just the first one, because I feel like we've quite heavily weighted things in our favour at the moment. Monster hide, perfect organ, monster bone, some Froggo resources, a waxy dermis, an ironclad spine, a tatty hide, a mossy molar, a mammary gland, an elastic tongue, a skull, and a burnished encephalomata to go with our other skull and a burnished encephalomata. Okay, I am perplexed now. All right, I'm going to think. All right, so it's our knowledge deck. We are going to gain 3 endeavours, and those 3 endeavours we'll spend on our 3 starting settlement locations. And then our last one, we're going to put into a hollow stone gather. We really want to get that cloak as quick as we can. So we shall hollow stone gather for our last one. And so we now gain the settlement locations, which is the skinnery, the bonesmith, and the organ grinder. And that's going to allow us to craft, and I think we're actually going to craft a full rawhide set is our plan. Let me just review that ironclad spine. Is it actually no, it's a bone. Yeah, so I think we just spend our hide. So we have 2 hide there, and then tatty hide, waxy dermis, and an elastic tongue, and we pour that into a full rawhide set. So that feels like a great start. Full rawhide set in the first lantern year is always very beneficial. So that is a full rawhide set. Then we are going to obviously craft a lucky charm using a mammary gland. And we may also craft a monster grease. No, we shan't be crafting a monster grease. Bonesmith. So we are sword masters. So we're going to craft some bone blades. Craft a bone blade. We're going to craft another bone blade from a great cat bones. 2 bone blades, you say. The last thing we want to craft, or do we want to craft, but potentially we will, is a skull helm. We do have a skull, so we could, we've actually got 2 skulls, haven't we? Because we gained a freebie. Yeah. Not sure. Not sure. Need to add the drafting table. I didn't end up looking at too much at my seed patterns, so I'm going to mull over that as we go. But we have our 4 survivors heading out, which is Aya, Lucy, Lumina joining a hunt for the first time, Newt wielding the pack very bravely, and Willow, our survivalist, with tenacity and strength training, and her novel sword mastery. So that should be good. I'm going to mull over the seed pattern thing, and that's something that we will decide in the next Lantern year. So I will catch you all then. Hope you've enjoyed this very long first showdown, and I'm very excited for this campaign. It's a great start, no deaths, which is good, and maybe we'll go hunt a little gormy, a little fat gorm, and see if we can get ourselves a cheeky free ammonia. But anyway, I'll catch you on the next Lantern year. Big Deno out.